starting in 5 seconds. India as perhaps the one most responsible for converting the concern about environment from a concern of the affluent and elite to the concern of the poor and for the poor. Path-breaking address at the UN Environment Conference in Stockholm in 1972 swung away attention from the peripheral issues of the environment to the real issues of the environment, that of the relationship between the environment and development. It is therefore appropriate that this award has been named after her. It is a testimony to her contribution to protecting the environment and to raising an awareness about the environment. Today, we need much more systematic study about how the environment links with development. The interlinkage, although they are there, are not known precisely enough. The connection between the specific causative factors such as degradation in or deforestation and how that affect the long term prospect or how that really affect the environment is still not known precisely enough to be assigned a specific economic value so that it can be measured and countered each plan or in each project. No further study is required to see that degradation of the environment also reduces development and degrades development. That is known and established, and nobody today needs convincing of that. What we need to look at is to see how conservation consolidates and reinforces the process of growth, and this must become the basic parameter of our measurement. Instead of looking negatively, we should start looking positively and see how environment contributes to the development process. We must both increase scientific knowledge on environmental matters and at the same time we should enhance awareness amongst planners, technocrats, bureaucrats, all our people at large. In Parliament, there is already a very clear and unambiguous sensitization to the issue. Just a few years ago, the environment was something that stopped development, that caused problems for all MPs. Today, that has changed, and it is, in fact, just the reverse, with MPs raising questions on clearance of projects where there are still some problems on the environmental side. Today, there is a much greater recognition amongst all sections of our people about the cost of degradation and the cost of not protecting the environment. But what must be realized is that there is no escaping this cost from whatever angle you see this project. But what we do not count is the long term cost that we will pay if the environment is not protected, we might pay it, the next generation might pay it, perhaps a neighboring community might have to pay that price, but that price is there and it will be paid, it will be extracted, and our not including that cost in the cost of a particular project or development work does not remove that cost or hide that cost. It remains there. Somebody has to pay, and the more we develop, the more we realize that many of the steps that we had taken in our earlier phases of development, where this cost had not been totaled into the cost of the project, we are having to pay that price today, and the price that we are paying is very, very heavy. It is very difficult to link things specifically, but almost everyone will agree that the droughts and the floods that we have had this year are influenced very substantially by the degradation of the environment, by deforestation, by various steps that we have taken without caring enough. This year it will cost us close to rupees 3000 crores just in 1 year. That is, if we do not include the loss of production, it will still rupees 3000 crores. With the loss of production, it would be a vast figure. So the price is being paid. It is being paid in different places by different generation, by different communities. We can't dodge that price. The decision and the studies that are required are on how to include that price in the initial conceptualization of the project, so that we know that what we are actually getting in terms of value for money for a particular project. We still don't know this accurately enough. We took one step in the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation when we asked for a regional study on the degradation of the environment, its effects, its causes, and its cost. We hope that we will be able to make progress in this direction. We hope that the society will help us in looking into these aspects. The Bombay Natural History Society deservedly has been awarded the first Indira Gandhi Paryavaram Purushkar. The society for over a century has taken remarkable pioneering initiatives decades ahead of its time in making continuing and invaluable contribution to our knowledge of India's flora and fauna. The society has undertaken fundamental research. Its collections constitute a repository of the basic knowledge about ourselves and our country. Today, we pay with this award our highest tribute to Dr. Salim Ali also. Stop.